What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Just Ball Out podcast with Jusnix and J Redd, and this is episode 7, our season opener edition. And we talk about good and bad of our season opener. We had tragedy happen with Gordon Hayward, so we discussed that. We also give our NBA award predictions for the season, and we talk about a little respect or no respect. So check us out on iTunes and YouTube and SoundCloud, and comment, repost on Instagram, repost on Twitter. Just give us that support we need. Episode 7, we back. Jusnix and J Redd, and
Yes, sir.
opening night yesterday, man. So we got a lot of news going on. We got some tragedy also, but we gonna get into it in episode 7. Let's talk about Bobby Portis, man, breaking his own teammate's face, suspended 8 games. Kola Mirotic got a fractured bone. He'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks. How can they be teammates still, man? Like, I don't even see how I could be.
I have no idea. Like, obviously we don't know the real story. Nikola Mirotic, it was coming out that he got sucker punched at first. Then a story came out later that he was actually the aggressor and started talking trash first. And then Portis reacted. So I don't know. I feel like if Mirotic just was egging on Portis and then, got what came at him, then, I feel like they could move past it. Now, if Bobby just ran up on him and fired on him, I'm not sure how they could play basketball together.
Exactly. This is my other thing, too, though, Jay Redd, is a lot of these reporters, man, I know, like, they get firsthand from guys that's inside the organization, but like the words that these guys put in these reports, it makes the story too much. Like, it's just like, how do you know that? Like,
Right.
Shams from the Vertical came out saying that it was a cheap shot, but it's just like, how do you know that? Like, what is a cheap shot to you? How can I value your opinion, even though everything from the Vertical is it's facts most of the time.
Right.
That type of situation, I feel like that's not the way you want to report it. Like, don't make the team more dysfunctional than what it is. We talking about a rebuilding Chicago Bulls team that you're gonna have some frustration in that locker room because you got new guys coming in every day. As people get waived, dudes is hurt. Seeing K. Felder just went over to Chicago after just being released from Cleveland. So, I mean, NBA problems early, man.
It's clickbait, though. You know what I mean? You know how it is. They want everybody to click on their article, so the headline got to really grab your attention, whether it's fact or not. And, I hate to say that, whether it's the truth or not. They have to get people to click and ratings and get people looking at their stuff. So they gotta wow you. They gotta have an attention grabber in the headline. So
for sure. Now let's get into, man. We had some real tragedy going in the NBA world last night, man. Gordon Hayward, man, that was a crazy injury, man. Just crazy.
I had to look away from the TV. I had to look away from the TV.
I feel like every athlete react. If you're a real athlete, you reacted just like the players reacted.
Right.
Like us being former athletes, man, we understand that, basketball sometimes is these guys' lives. They make a living off this, and the empathy that everybody showed for the brothers on the court, everybody, like, I felt good about it. I felt like it was a positive and a negative. I really don't like using the word positive, but it's some sort of a positive in there by, like,
I felt like the game was so intense of like,
Yeah.
Kyrie coming back to Cleveland playing against LeBron. It kind of brought everybody together. Like, man, it ain't even about this, man. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
bigger than basketball. It's bigger than basketball.
It's bigger than basketball. And I gotta read out this thing Kobe Bryant sent out, man. I think even though, we don't want to sweep under the rug a lot of these players that came out and they made tweets and showed their condolences out for Gordon Hayward. I respect that and applaud that. But when the GOAT talk, we gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? So Kobe said on his Instagram early Tuesday morning, he said, be sad, be mad, be frustrated, scream, cry, sulk. When you wake up, you will think it was just a nightmare, only to realize it's all too real. You will be angry and wish for the day back, the game back, that play back. But reality gives nothing back, and nor should you. Time to move on and focus on doing everything in your power to prepare for surgery. Ask all the questions to be sure you understand fully the procedure so that you may visualize in your subconsciousness while being operated on and better the chance of success. Then focus on the recovery process day by day. It's a long journey, but if you focus on the many milestones along the way, you will find beauty in the struggle of doing simple things that's prior to this injury will take for granted. This will also mean that when you return, you will have a new perspective. You will be so appreciative of being able to stand, walk, run, that you will train harder than you ever have. You see the belief within you grow with each mini milestone, and you will come back a better player for it. Best of luck to you on this journey, my brother. Hashtag Mamba mentality, always. So I felt like I had to read that out. I feel like if you're watching this podcast, we represent all the ballers and the hoopers.
Absolutely.
We really take this game, take this game serious. Appreciate it because, basketball can take you a long way. And that's just not just playing. That's just anything. So, I feel like that was a good message from the GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go as far as calling the GOAT, but Kobe, man. Kobe, obviously I've rooted against him his whole career. I'm a fan of basketball. I know he's one of the greatest ever to play. Kobe is such a class act, man. You know what I mean? I love the fact that he takes the time out of his day
reach out to them
write a really sincere, genuine, like heartfelt message to Gordon Hayward. Like Kobe's been through that with his Achilles injury, and and Gordon Hayward's not even on the top of the game how Kobe was, and Kobe still is letting him know, like, it's hard, but it's not undoable. You're right. It's not undoable, man. You just dig down and just he's giving them little tricks, his little nuances to the recovery. And I respect that, man. I really became a huge Kobe fan more towards the end of his career and everything. And man, he's such a class act for this. I got to applaud. And like you said, I don't want to sweep under the rug. We got Paul George, DeRozan and Bradley Beal. I saw countless athletes. J.J. Watt, who's going through a season-ending injury himself. Odell even chimed in. He just had surgery on his ankle for a season-ending injury. Like, I mean, professional sports, professional athletes, although they are competitors and they want to beat you, I mean, it's a brotherhood at the end of the day. That's how they feed their family. This is their livelihood. And I think that, I think that, like you said, it was a positive, an underlying positive to this, overall tragedy.
So we also had negative comments that come out, which I don't understand how we to put this down on TV.
Never been a fan of the
day
Sky.
After day, man. But Skip Bayless came out right minutes after the injury happened. He comes out to tweet, if Gordon Hayward is gone, maybe for the next season, LeBron's path to losing the sixth final gets even easier. Wow. You know what I'm saying? But that also brings the brotherhood back again, because you see my man DeMar DeRozan came right on back and said, you a clown for that tweet. After a man gets hurt with a potential career-ending injury, shit's bigger than basketball.
You saw Rudy Gay tweeted back at Skip right away saying, "You a clown, man. Paint your face." Like that's that's all you can think about. Ty Gurley tweeted back. I mean, a lot of professional athletes. Skip is an idiot, man. You can look up my old tweets from before we was even doing the podcast, from me being a college student. I have never been a fan of that man. I just, you know what I'm saying? He says stuff for shock value.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Man, that's it's not fact. It's not fact. He says stuff for shock value, for ratings. Skip is an idiot. You know, and I'm not even in the business of name calling, man. I'm a very respectful guy. Skip is an idiot, man. I mean, I can't believe that. Yeah, I can't believe that after that happens, the first thing he can think about is LeBron. He has this unhealthy obsession with trying to down LeBron. It's just crazy, man. Like, at that moment, basketball doesn't matter.
I mean, we got to get these dudes off TV. Like I said, hey, Fox Sports, reach out to us, man. We'll make that show.
We are here.
We'll make that show what it's supposed to be like. All right, but
I love Shannon now.
I love Shannon.
I love Shannon now.
That hen and that mile, dog.
Miles and that yak.
We on that miles and that yak, dog. But yeah, man. Even though, you know, we lost Gordon Hayward last night, I seen a young Boston Celtics team come together, and they showed some promise. You know, young Jaylen Brown had a career high 25 points on 11 for 23 shooting. Rookie Jason Tatum stepped up with a double-double. 14 and 10 reads, you know. So
shook them jitters off because he was looking shaky in the first half.
Yeah, he was looking shaky, but he's gonna be a gamer, bro. He's gonna be
very good. I really like Jason Tatum.
But remember we picked him last year. You know, we said we had him on our top 5, you know, rookies at last year. So, you know, he's proving us right. So
hey, we know what we talking about now, you know.
For sure. The world will continue to know. They'll continue to find out. But you know, y'all Cavs, y'all pulled it out.
Let me chime in. One, you know, shout out to the king, you know, the GOAT.
Hey man, them shoes he had on last night.
Equality.
Them is hard.
Yeah, hard. Brian continues to just be, you know, be a somebody we need to protect in the culture, man. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna stick to basketball right now. The injury really, really sucked the energy out of the game for a second, which was very unfortunate. It was a lot of hype. Kyrie's coming back. You know, Cavs and Celtics already are kind of rivals. I was hyped, man. I had my LeBron jersey on. You know, I'm yelling and screaming. The injury, that sucked a little bit of energy out the game, which is very, very unfortunate, you know. But once the game got going and, you know, people got past the injury a little bit and moved on, I liked it, man. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, we already gave y'all some props, but they going to have to grow up a little quicker now that Gordon is gone for the year. It looks like Jaylen Brown, man. I mean, we spoken about him before. He can hoop. You know, I saw it in Summer League and everything like that. I mean, this guy, he can hoop, man. You know, and I think, absolutely, I think Jaylen is going to be very big for them. But, you know, Brown, man, 29 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 blocks. I don't want to forget about those. Bro. He is. You could tell.
No, he was. He had a slow start, but you know what? You know what was crazy from the J Redd? You know what I took from though? Brian really looked like a vet out there. Like
he did.
Brian was like casually finding this game. You know, he was casually finding this game. He was dusting. It's
coming so easy to him right now. It's coming so easy to him.
Yeah. I think that next level, even though he made a move last night where I was just like, now you learn how to just use other options in the game. Like, he used the old, he using his pivot. You know what I'm saying? He came.
Oh man, a little hop step,
pivot. Yeah, he's starting to
Brian taking a page out of my book, baby. I see you, Brian. You know, I see you.
Stayed on that pivot foot, and he He learning how to make the game easier for himself without taking all that contact.
Another takeaway from the game I want to say real quick is well, let me say that LeBron shot 12 for 19 after being out of shape. I mean, he's so efficient still. It's crazy, man. Look, he's shooting it confidently. It's coming off. It's looking nice.
Because he took 2 last night at the end. I'm like, the first one he made. The second, I was like, come on, Brian. He checked, man. Chill out.
Brian always heat check after he hit 1-3.
Yeah.
I've been watching that man for 15 years. I've been watching him since he been a sophomore in high school, man. He's been my favorite player since he was 14 years old. LeBron been my favorite player, man. He's good for hitting 1-3 and heat check. But this is what I say though. Derrick Rose looked really explosive. He a lot better. Maybe he looked like this last year, but the Knicks just were really bad. But Derrick Rose looked good to me. D Wade, he only had 8, but this is what I say, man. Wade still got some left in the tank. He can't do it 82 nights a season, so he might, they might need to play about 58 games, keep them legs fresh for the off, but he still got some left in the tank.
Oh yeah, for sure. D Wade showed me something last night too. He still bring that defensive energy to the game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get the most out of him.
Jay Crowder, you gotta love Jay Crowder, man. He's just a tough, scrappy guy.
Jay was trying to send a message last night.
Yeah, he wasn't that happy when he was, when they signed Hayward and they was telling him he's gonna come off the bench, and he was like,
traded.
Right, but he almost wanted to leave because he like, I ain't trying to come off the bench. You know what I mean?
For
like,
sure.
So, and Jeff Green, he didn't do much, but I do see how he will be able to help. You know what I mean? I definitely see how he will be able to help.
You know what he does, J Redd? This what you gonna like. He gives LeBron a chance to sit on that bench.
He does.
Jay Crowder and Jeff Green gives LeBron James a chance to get some rest.
And JR, let me not, JR looked good coming off the bench, man.
Yeah, I know he wasn't happy about that, but it was a good look.
Right, he's a professional, and maybe him not being happy kind of, sparked something in him, man. Yeah. He was going to the rim. In the last 2 seasons, I don't remember how many 2-point shots he shot, to be honest, man. Like, he got his floater going. And, K-Love, 15 and 11, he's a walking double-double, so we got to love that.
So let me ask you a question. Who wins the East? Boston or Cleveland?
Cleveland for sure. Cleveland for sure, especially with Gordon going down.
I agree.
And IT, who can't be an afterthought. He's still coming back, and he, I really like the depth that Cleveland added. Man. I really do.
Sure. Let's every year we try to give out our awards early to see who we think gonna pick up this MVP trophy, this Rookie of the Year trophy, the Sixth Man of the Year defensive player. I don't like to go too much into every year.
Right, but
we want to give out
the main ones for sure.
The main trophies. We're not gonna go through a whole. Let's knock out a couple awards. We discussed this about the MVP. I said I believe he shouldn't have won last year, but I think he's going to pick it up this year. Even though, James, listen to me, bro. I love you, bro. You understand me? I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Probably the best offensive player in the game. The way you put stuff together, bro, it's a basketball tutorial.
When James in his bag, it ain't like it's nothing nobody can do it.
But listen, James, in order for you to get this MVP, bro, I'm gonna need you to wake up on defense, just a tad bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't criticize you. I know how hard it is. It's an 82 game season, and I don't want a lot of people to sweep this under the rug. You rarely miss games. I think you played all the 82 last year, so
he hoops.
I'm gonna give you a pass on that one. Because they don't know how many minutes you be playing, how many games you be playing. So I'm going to give you a pass. But, Jay, I'm going to need you to step it up on the defensive end. Just wake up just a tad bit. Know where your man is at all times. No Olay defense. All right? So I'm gonna give you that MVP.
Hey, James is my second favorite player behind the GOAT, LeBron, man. Like you said, when James get it going, man, he is a joy to watch. I love it, man. When I say he got the most moves in his bag, man. When he dig deep in that bag, he got step backs, he got step back spin pivots, euros, he got it all, man. Half spins. He hit Steph with something crazy on the baseline last night. It was crazy, man. But my MVP pick, going back to that young man in Cleveland, LeBron James, I do think that he's facing an uphill battle only because of voter fatigue, man. For some reason, LeBron continues to have career years and people vote for him less and less and less. They tired of seeing him win it. But I just think, he's set up to win it this year. IT's out to January. I think Kyrie requesting a trade, even though it's no beef there, I think that's a slight to LeBron. That I think that, LeBron is very methodical and very strategic in his moves, man. I think that, other people might sweep that under the rug. I think LeBron's taking mental note of that.
This would be his fourth?
This would be his fifth, I believe.
Fifth? You sure? We gotta check.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It could be his.
We gotta check on that.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I think he got 4 though, but I could be wrong. I think LeBron, man. I think he is set up for him to win it this year. You know what I mean?
I can see it.
His scoring came down a little bit, but he's still averaging 26 and a half. His assists are way up. He might average double-digit rebounds this year and assists. You never know.
Rookie of the year. I'm not really a fan.
Yeah, because you trying to
of the red shirt thing, but the way he been playing, in the preseason, I'm gonna have to go Ben Simmons, man. I feel like 6'10" dude sees the floor. He sees the floor like no other, man. He got that LeBron look to him.
Point forward for sure.
Work on that jump shot a little bit, but I'm going with him. Rookie of the year.
Ben, man, when LeBron retired, man, him and Michael Porter and Dennis Smith, they're gonna be my guys. But that's a very good pick. I actually agree with you to an extent, but my pick is going to go with my man, Dennis Smith Jr. I've been talking about him. He's dominated at every single level of basketball. I don't know why people are so surprised at how good he is. He's literally dominated at every level. So I think that it won't stop now. I think that's my pick for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he got it, man. He got the opportunity to. They giving him the keys to the house. You know what I'm saying? So
I also think his jump shot is going to help him. Lonzo can't really shoot. That's an issue. Ben can't shoot. That's an issue. Dennis can knock it down.
But you know what? I think a lot of things that get swept under the rug when players, when we picking these awards and everything. The reason why I say your pick is so good. Well, honestly, I say both of our picks are so your pick more because you got to look at a whole total setup. You know what I'm saying, for a player. Dennis Smith getting put in a great position with a great organization, great owner, and a great head coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I feel like he also got a player development coach over there in Sham God. So I mean,
love that guy.
I feel like he got good preparation over there. So I can see your pick, but I'm gonna still go Benny, man.
I think Ben's my guy. We've had multiple conversations, man. I think the NBA still don't even know how to guard him yet. I think he presents a matchup problem at every, no matter who you put on him. You know what I mean?
Because he can play on and off the ball.
Right.
He doesn't have to have the ball. Long as he understands the game of being able to move without the ball and making cuts. Bro, you 6'10". You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You slashing down the middle for a cut when you don't got the ball, it's an automatic bucket anyway. So
and he going up and dunking that thing on you too.
For sure. 6th man of the year. This one was kind of tough for me, but I had to I seen it in my dude's eye last night. I say, Jr. not happy about this bench thing, and I think he wants to prove something. I seen him work hard. I seen him work real hard through via social media, watching Chris Brinkley or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. I was saying to myself, like, man, Jr. looked hungry. He looked like he looking like the New York days. He had his best year in his career coming off the bench for New York, 2012-2013 season. He averaged 18.1 points per game. I see that happening again for him because I mean a lot of times, you know, Dwayne Wade might be hurt this season. You might have I feel like they lineup gonna change, so it's gonna change up a lot this year.
You
But
know Wade gonna sit out some games
yeah, he
too.
gonna
You know
sit
what I
out some
mean? So
games. But I think Jr. I think Jr. should still be considered a 6-man candidate, and
absolutely.
I see him getting that.
Hey, if that happens, I will love it. Me being a Cleveland fan, if JR could just come in and thump that thing and score 18 tonight, that would be great. My pick for 6-man, I think it's gonna go back to back. Shout out to Drake. I think Eric Gordon gonna win that thing again, man. I saw
He been
something
looking
in him
good, man.
yesterday. That first step quickness is back with
Man,
him.
he back.
He went, man. He went. I don't remember the last time I seen Eric Gordon go dunking on somebody like that. You know, welcoming the rookie Jordan Bell to the league, and I mean, he did all of that. He's scoring big baskets for him at the end too, and ones.
People don't really know. People don't really know what kind of stock what kind of
Right.
player he was. You know what I'm saying?
Prior to
Like,
the injuries, I mean, you got to think. We was just talking about Kobe when Eric Gordon was first, you know, in his rookie in maybe like second year, Kobe flat out said he's one of the toughest guys he has to guard. When he was on the Clippers team when they were bad, you know what I mean? Like Kobe saying like, "Yo, this kid Eric Gordon, we." You know, if people following the podcast, we was just giving Eric Gordon a lot of props during our interview with Sizzle too, with Jordan Crawford. So uh, you know, I mean, and he shot 0 for 6 from the 3 last night, which will never happen normally, and he still had 24. You know what I mean? So
let you know he a real he real. Yeah, elite
right,
player.
right.
Elite player for sure.
So yeah, that's my pick.
For sure. Defensive player of the year. I'm gonna go my man. It's only been 9 people that ever win back-to-back awards. Defensive player of the year. And that's Kawhi Leonard, Dwight Howard, Ben Wallace, Lonzo Mourning, Mutombo, Olajuwon, Dennis Rodman, and taking it all the way back to where he even started. Sidney Moncrief, you know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I feel like Draymond, I feel like when you win a defensive of the year trophy, you win it because you have the desire and the want to want to play defense. And I feel like Draymond, he's the epitome of that. He's the example. You know, he takes pride on defense. That's that Michigan pride. You know what I'm saying? So I see him winning it back to back, man. But you know, I hope he get better with his injury last night.
Definitely never want to see a player injured, especially you know, a guy who's important to Golden State like that. But this is what I will say. I don't want to discredit Draymond in the least, but I think that Rudy Gobert should have won it last year. So my pick for this year is Rudy Gobert. I think him being over there in Utah, whatever Utah does, it's going, you know, he's going to have a lot to do with it. And the way that I mean, his nickname is the Stifle Tower. I mean, he just changes everything. You remember that old commercial? That changes everything. Like, he changes everything down there. Like,
he do. But what is defense? Like defense is I feel like defense, if it was a tutorial, you know, as much as we see so many training videos and different trainers nowadays, the access to them now, um, you never see nobody practicing defense. You don't see
right,
that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like, yeah, Gordon. I mean, yeah, Gobert is when you look on the lineup and you see Rudy Gobert, you be like, all right, you know, maybe it might be different going to the basket tonight. But when you watch Draymond play, bro, the little small things that he does on defense to make you alter a shot makes me really think you're really a defender. Like the just the boxing out, the simple things are like. That's why I never could understand why nobody could really rebound. I feel like that's an effort thing because if you box out every possession and not just depend on athleticism, you get a rebound every single time.
I agree.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
Draymond is extremely smart. One of the highest IQs in the game.
Sure.
He out there like 6'6" doing this too, checking players way bigger than him. You know what I mean? I definitely understand the versatility that he has. He can go out to the perimeter and guard and all that. I don't know, man. If you look at the numbers, Rudy Gobert has held every elite big man to way under their average. The percentages drop way down.
And they were number one in defense last year.
Right, and a lot of what he does doesn't even show up on the stat sheet because he doesn't blow you away stat-wise, but like he literally changes every shot, man, like every shot.
That's true.
Even if he doesn't get the block, the way he contested is just like everybody's percentages are going way down.
For sure. I agree with you. Most improved player of the year last year was Antetokounmpo. I'm gonna have to go. He got to earn this 4-year, 101 for max. Otto Porter, I'm talking to you, bro. Listen here. You know, all this money that's getting thrown away right now. You know, the Wizards didn't make no improvements. They didn't get nobody this summer after being in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference. They made no changes, so they believe in you. And that 13.4 points per game, that's not going to cut it this year. I need 18.4 points per game from you this year because they taking a chance by matching the offer on you with the Nets and the Kings last 2 years. So, dude.
Otto Porter's a 15-point per game type of player. He's a 15-point per game
well,
type
he
of
bet
guy.
not with that 104.
He's not. I mean, I like Otto. I think he does a lot of positive things for them. You know what I mean? But he's a 15-point a night type of guy.
Jay, he got
to do better. Knicks. I am so excited about my most improved player pick, man. This is one of the picks that I was just too excited to say on the show today, man. My guy out of Portland, Jusuf Nurkic, bro. He goes under the radar a little bit. He left Denver. When he left Denver, he was in a cluster over there of bigs in Denver. He left Denver and he comes to Portland. He got two guys, Dame and 3J, CJ McCollum. They both appreciate the value that he brings. In 20 games, he only played 20 games with him last year. He averaged a double-double, 15 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, 2 blocks on 51% shooting. You know, I think he's one of those injury-prone guys. So, you know, definitely health has a big part to do with this. But I think if he is playing it on the court for the majority of the season, I just think he is prone for a big breakout year.
For sure. I actually, man, J Redd, I can't even argue with you on that one. I like that. That's a real good pick, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about this.
I didn't even see that coming. I thought you was going to hit me with Devin Booker. But
Devin Booker is my guy.
Yeah,
I think D'Angelo Russell gonna throw his name in the hat there too.
No.
Don't do D-Lo like that, bro.
No.
D-Lo got it.
Next topic. Respect the Rockets dub or no last night. They didn't lead to like the last 4 minutes of the game since it was 2-0 in the beginning of the game. So do we respect that dub or do we not respect that?
I got 2 answers.
I have 2 answers?
I have 2 answers, man. I got 2 answers, Nick.
What you got for me?
I do respect it. I respect it because Chris Paul's playing on a bad wheel. He's got one leg out there. And the perseverance, man. The Warriors was trying to deliver that knockout punch. The Warriors, they blitz you, man. Clay was on fire. Swaggy P came in. Love that guy. He's
20
on
off the
fire.
bench. What, 22?
Man, in the first half, 23 for the game, 20 in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, he missed one shot all night. Swaggy doing what Swaggy does, man.
Swaggy.
But at the same time, man, I gotta say, as much junk as I talk about PJ Tucker, he shut me up last night. He played very big minutes, made a lot of big baskets. James is James. Eric Gordon did his thing, man. I just think the perseverance. Mbama Mute, man, he made some big threes for him. You know, with the Warriors delivering trying to deliver the knockout punch, the way they just stuck in there, hit big shot after big shot, got stop after stop that they needed to bring it back. I gotta respect that. But on the other hand, I feel like with Draymond getting hurt, I feel like Steve Kerr he was experimenting with the lineups. Durant set a lot in the fourth, which I did not understand. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? So,
but you know they did that. They did that a lot last year. They did that a lot last year.
Iggy still ain't playing. As much as I'm not gonna hype Iguodala up like a lot of the media does, but he does add value.
Iggy only show up during the finals.
He adds value. That's what I'll say. He's a value added player. He adds value. He wasn't there. Durant. I don't know if Kerr was just trying to see what he had on his bench. But why he wasn't really playing, I don't know why he sits Steph and Durant at the same time and leave Clay and Draymond out there. That doesn't make sense. I think Steph and Durant, one of them should always be on the floor. They so elite, you know what I mean? But Kerr, I don't know what you was doing with the lineups, baby. You a head coach. You obviously know better than me. But I'm gonna go out there and try to win ring night. Don't ruin my ring night ceremony. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get that dub, and we can see what the bench got gang too. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say
home opener.
I don't respect that dub.
Ooh.
Here's why. I don't respect the dub. First of all, they played down the whole game. Chris Paul sat like the last 5 minutes of regulation. James Harden made some big plays, but he also still made some dumb plays. This is one. They go up one. He comes back down. dribble, pound, dribble, pound, pulls a three. And they up.
He tried to deliver that dagger punch.
You got Steph Curry on you, bro. Take him to the basket. Can't nobody stop you from going to the basket. Nobody.
But think about this, though. If he goes to the basket and lays it up, they're still only up 3 against the best shooting team to ever play. If he hits that 3, that's the dagger punch.
Listen. This is just like, do you want the field goal or do you want a touchdown? You know what I'm saying? You playing against Golden State, which is the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? They're going to score regardless. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a bucket so we can stay in the game. That's all I want. You can't be trying to play their game. Play your game. You know what I'm saying? That's what too many of these teams are trying to do, even with trades and everything. Play your game. You don't have to fall for the 3. Like James Harden, you're the best penetrator in the game. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you getting that foul on Steph. It's just point. He's not going to be able to stay on your hip. I can see if it was Clay. You know what I'm saying? If it was Clay, give me a pick and roll. But you got a one-on-one, Steph, that's you, bro. Go to the basket. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to have to say I don't respect the dub just because there was a lot of mistakes that I seen. But I ain't going to totally give it away from them. They did win the game. So
and they almost really still lost. So
they almost still lost the game. You know what I'm saying? But
Durant let that go a fraction of a second earlier. They lose. So I do understand where you're coming from.
Good game.
And that's it for episode 7. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll be back with y'all next week. But in the meantime, follow our Instagram and our Twitter page. That's @Jusnix. And that's @J Reddy, JREDDI.